Hey there, House here. As we approach the first weekend filled with postseason football, I wanted to take a moment to make all of my predictions before any games started, as well as give my final stat line on the regular season predictions. Last week in my coin flip predictions, I went 8-8, which to be honest seems truly fitting. 50-50 chance to pick the right team with the luck of a flip of a coin, that was my record. My overall record is 167, 88, and 1 for a win percentage of 65%. So, without further ado, this weekend's set of games starts on Saturday at noon with the Bills versus the Colts. I'm going to pick the Bills here in what should be an entertaining start to a truly phenomenal lineup of the AFC conference games. The Bills are just rolling a bit better on offense than the Colts. After putting up a ridiculous 55 points against a solid defense in the Dolphins, I don't see them struggling against the Colts. Next, we have the Seahawks versus the Rams. I'm going to pick the Seahawks here. The Rams will be receiving a boost with the return of Cooper Kupp and their left tackle Andrew Whitworth, as well as the possibility of Jared Goff coming back from a broken and dislocated right thumb to play in this game. A boost? Yes, but a guaranteed victory? No. The Seahawks have a better offense with a battle-tested quarterback that can carry this team far. Next up is the Washington football team versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to pick the Bucs here. In a game where my heart of hearts is hoping that Alex Smith can play and play effectively to defeat a Tom Brady-led Bucs team, I just feel that they don't have enough going for them offensively right now to really be competitive in this game. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe I will be. Not to mention Ron Rivera saying that he may implement a two-quarterback offense in this game, which either means Alex Smith isn't fully healthy or Ron should have a mental evaluation done after the game. Titans versus Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens here. Another entertaining AFC matchup that will showcase some of the better running teams that this postseason has to offer. Had this game happened roughly 2 months ago, I would have said the Ravens don't stand a chance. Since then, the Ravens have been playing very well on offense, and they still need a legitimate receiving threat, but outside of that, they're a team that can win this matchup and play competitive throughout the postseason. Then we have the Saints versus the Bears. I'm picking the Saints here. In a game that is expected to have the return of Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, I really don't see the Bears having much of a chance here. There's just too much offense to cover, and if this becomes a shootout, the Bears won't last. And finally, we have the Steelers versus the Browns. I'm going to pick the Browns here. The capper of this wild card weekend and the AFC juggernaut of matchups should be fun to watch. The Browns will make their first postseason appearance in 18 years and showcase an offense that can compete with most. With their ability to both run and pass the ball, they'll be able to move it down the field with ease. I'm giving them the advantage over a Steelers team who, outside of one half of football 2 weeks ago, have not been playing well offensively. Now we go on to our divisional round of this postseason. It'll be the Packers versus the Bucs. I'm picking the Packers here. I know earlier in the season when these two teams met, the Bucs absolutely trounced the Packers. This time around, I'm predicting a different outcome, mainly because these two teams are a little different now than they were then. The Packers have continued to improve offensively, and their defense hasn't been playing too bad either. The Bucs have had their ups and downs, and most recently, Mike Evans is dealing with a knee injury and is considered day-to-day. If he still isn't available to play for this matchup, it's an advantage for the Packers. We have the Saints versus the Seahawks. These two teams have met 16 times in their career, and both have won 8 games. Talk about a coin flip. Anyway, as of late, the Saints have been playing better against the Seahawks. Both teams have a good offense, and the Saints have the advantage in the defensive department. With the history of the Saints usually having a better team but not winning anyway, I'm going to keep going with that trend. I'm picking the Seahawks. Chiefs versus the Browns. I'm going to pick the Chiefs here. This matchup is problematic for a Chiefs team that does not defend the run well, paired against the Browns team that runs more than most. With that being said, the Browns' defense isn't that great. So if this turns into a shootout and the Browns can't control the clock by running at their leisure, I believe the Chiefs will win this matchup. Then we have the Ravens versus the Bills. A matchup that showcases two running quarterbacks with different styles. Lamar Jackson is the fastest man on the football field most of the time, so he goes for his quickness and finesse style, while Josh Allen is usually the biggest guy in the football field, and at times he'll seek to run somebody over as opposed to avoiding contact. This game is truly a toss-up between who could or should win this game. Right now, I'm leaning toward the Bills, so I'll be picking them. Now we're on to our conference championship round of these predictions. We have the Packers versus Seahawks. These teams have met before in the playoffs, some matchups ending in closer games, and others ending a little lopsided. As of now, though, I'll be picking the Packers. Their offense is going a bit better than the Seahawks right now. Chiefs versus the Bills. As we set ourselves up for another entertaining AFC matchup, this one is pegged to be the best out of them all. You know the Chiefs' strengths and weaknesses, as well as the Bills. I'll be picking the Bills to run all over the Chiefs. And that brings us to our Super Bowl matchup of the Packers versus the Bills. A matchup I can't imagine most would be upset about. The Packers struggle against the run, but they have shown some signs of locking down on that same opposing run game when challenged. And the Bills have a good defense, but they aren't perfect. In a game like this, I'll be going with the team with a veteran quarterback in the Green Bay Packers. Now, before everybody jumps down my throat for picking the Packers, ask yourself, who else do you think would have a chance against this Bills team? Well, there you have it. Those are my NFL postseason picks. Check back in as the postseason progresses just to see how well they're going. And remember, you'll win some and you'll lose some, but the house always wins.